there YouTube, it's Bobby aka Paginator, and I've got an unboxing slash book review for you today. I got the Once Upon a YA Book Club box in the mail today, and I usually don't unbox these in videos unless I briefly show items, because you're supposed to unwrap things as you read the book. So usually if I have this in the video, I'll say, okay, this is what the gift looks like without opening it. But I thought this time I want to mix it up because I'd like to try something different. So I haven't read the book yet. I have opened the box and I've looked at what items are there. I haven't opened any of them because, again, I haven't read the book. But I'm going to show you what's here, and then after I finish the book, I will show you the opened items as well as do a little book review. So, crossing our fingers that this goes well. Alright, so we'll start with something that I think is a bonus item that came with this box, and it is Off Planet by Aileen Aaron, and it says Aunary Chronicles Book 1. And it's just this little tiny book, and I think that it's supposed to be like a serial thing that they're going to start doing, but I haven't read their little spoiler card brochure thing to find out more information because I didn't want to spoil myself for the gifts that are inside. So we're going to assume that that's the case for now. Then we come to the book, which is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I read her book, The Poet X, and loved it, and so I'm very excited to read this one. And this is perfect timing because the Epic Reads Challenge for next week is an Own Voices book, and this is an Own Voices book. Yay. So I'm currently reading Sorcery of Thorns, and when I finish that, I'm going to go with this book. As promised, I'm going to show you the gifts that came with this. So there is, they always send an art print that has a quote from the book. And you can see that the decoration looks very much like the cover of the book, lots of fruits and tropical things. And the quote says, "If everything else goes wrong, a little squeeze of lime and a bottle of hot sauce ain't never hurt nobody." And from what I understand, the main character enjoys cooking, so this goes with the theme a lot. This is the pamphlet that has the spoilers in it, so I'm going to set that aside. And then for the gift items, we have a little envelope that says page 383, and there's a sticker on the back that I think looks like cauliflower. Then we have this box that says page 263, and it has macarons on it. We have page 170, a package here. This feels something made of fabric, maybe a book sleeve, maybe a scarf, maybe a tapestry, who knows? Could be all manner of things. And then we have this large item here, if I can get it. It goes with page 91. I have no idea what is going to be in this. It could be a framed picture, it could be a notebook of some kind, it could be a book of some kind, who knows? So I'm going to put these items back in the box, and again, once I finish reading Sorcery of Thorns, I will dive into this book and come back to you when the book is finished and show you what I got as well as what I thought of the book. So we'll see you in a little while. Hey there, I'm back. I have now read the book, and I'm ready to show you the gifts that came with it and talk a little bit about the book. Alright. So, I just realized I didn't bother setting up any of this stuff so I could reach it easily. Oops. Alright. So, the book is about a girl named Imani who is a senior in high school, and when she was a freshman, she got pregnant. She kept the little girl and named her Emma, but she always calls her baby girl in the book, and she lives with her abuela, her grandma, in a Puerto Rican kind of neighborhood in Philadelphia. And Imani really loves to cook, and she gets an opportunity to take a culinary arts elective class at her charter high school with a very accomplished chef who studied the Le Cordon Bleu and all these cool things. And she's really struggling at first with it because she is like a fly by the seat of her pants kind of cook. Adds different ingredients and mixes up the recipes and puts her own spin on things. And when you're in culinary class, you have to do what the chef says, and he wants her to follow the recipes. So she struggles a bit with that at first, but then really kind of takes on the challenge to learn and helps fundraise so that her class can go on a cooking trip to Seville, Spain, and has a lot of fun experiences in this. This book is written in very short chapters, so there's a lot of chapters, none of which have numbers. They're all just titled chapters. And so it reads quickly because you get through these short chapters and think, oh, I can read another chapter, and so on and so on. So I read about 60 pages last night and then finished the rest of the book today. It's 388 total, I believe. And it was a very sweet story, very cute, and it also made you hungry. Like, I had to cook dinner in the middle of this because she kept talking about all this food and made me hungry. Alright, so let's talk about the items that came in the Once Upon a Book Club box with the book. So the first one that you get is from page 91, and remember I showed you this box. The gifts that this company does always tie in with what's going on in the page in the book. And so we have a cutting board. Very fruity cutting board. And this is something that I can definitely use. The next item came from page 170, and it was in this packaging here. And it is a dish towel, and it's stinking cute. On the page in the book, she's talking about folding up her abuela's dish towel. And so this has a little note on it that's pinned there that says abuela's dish towel. And it's very cute. It says, a penne for your thoughts. And there's a penne man. A piece of penne pasta. It's cute. And again, dish towels are something that you can never have too many of, so definitely going to use that one this summer as well. I need to do some more cooking. A lot of times I bake in the summer because that's when I have time to bake. That really heats up your house a lot. Of course, it wouldn't be too bad this week because when I woke up this morning, my house was 63 degrees. I have been sitting with my electric blanket on all day long today when I've been at home. Alright, moving on. Then we have this box from page 263, and it has macarons on it. And when I was reading the page, she was making a batch of different colored macarons for her friend. And I thought, oh my gosh, did they send us real like macarons, like cookies? That would be awesome. Well, this is what it is. They're little macaron or macaron trinket boxes. So they look like real cookies, but they're not, which I have to say was a little bit disappointing, but they might come in handy for things. So I pulled one out of the plastic for you to see. This is the yellow one, so you can see it looks just like a macaron. I know some people say macaron, some people say macaroon. I'm just saying macaron, okay? And then you pull it open, and there's a little something for you to store things in. So this, I think I might use one to store pills, or things when I travel, or maybe little pieces of jewelry, like a small pair of earrings or something, just something that needs its own little case that would be easily findable. Instead of digging at the bottom of a bag for a single earring, I could just say, oh, they're in the yellow macaron. So it's kind of fun. Alright, the last item that came, I have to say was a little bit of a letdown, and you'll see why in a second. It was in this envelope with this cauliflower sticker on it, and it's a business card of a chef that's a character in the book. Imani meets her when she's at this cafe with her abuela, and the chef gives her her business card and says, come talk to me if you ever want a job. Because they'd been talking about food, and I'm like, okay, that's cute, but what am I supposed to do with this? Like, as a reader of the book, I can appreciate what this is, and it represents hope for Imani, and it gives her an opportunity to go beyond working at a burger joint, but really, what am I supposed to do with this? So, I mean, I understand that they definitely have to put in a lot of money to different items, and so most of the money probably went to these other items, and that's fine. You know, this is a little bit like, oh, well, that's not very fun. Anyway, quick jump back to the book for a couple more thoughts. Again, I really enjoyed this story. It was, as I said, a quick read. It was really enjoyable. The characters were really fun. I think the author did a good job of representing a diverse cast of characters, and not everyone's all good and not everyone's all bad, and definitely lots of characters grow and change through the story, especially Imani. I do wish that a couple of scenes maybe weren't in there, and I kind of get why they were. And here's why. I'm a middle school teacher, and I have a group of kids that I taught last year that I'm going to have again next year, and they want to hear about every book I read over the summer because they're so excited about books. And I don't feel like I can bring this to the class and recommend it to them because there are a couple of scenes that are not on-page sex, but strongly hint at what's going on and describe some things in a way that I don't think is appropriate for middle schoolers to read. Now, I know that Elizabeth Acevedo did not write this for middle schoolers in mind. It's just my personal take on, like, oh, well, dang it, I kind of wish those scenes weren't in there. But what you gonna do? I did appreciate the unique voice. I read her other book, The Poet X, and also really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for something interesting to read, I would suggest looking her up. Yeah. I think she has a website. Let me see. Yes, AcevedoWrites.com, so you can look up her website as well. And I think that's about it. I will just quickly show you what the book looks like naked because how cute is that? It's just fruits everywhere. Very fun. Oh, and I also have to tell you there are recipes in here. There are 3 different recipes. Each one heads a different section of the story. So if you want to try out some of her recipes, you can. They sound really yummy. I might go play with one right now. We'll see. Alright, now I'm going to wrap this up, and once again, just encourage you to read this book if it's something that sounds interesting to you, and I guess we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.